Hello, and today I'm going to show you how to use the library to find Anthrozoology resources. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to My Canisius and log in. And once you are there, you notice look for the library. Mine is already up on the favorites here, but if you scroll down, it's usually under Launchpad. So I'm going to click on that. It'll take you right to the library's homepage. Here are some of the things you'll need. Almost all of you are online students, so you would not really need our hours unless you are trying to contact one of us. But here on the side, here is the linked databases if you want to search a specific database. Here's the interlibrary loan link, which I know many of you would most likely need. There's also a link here to the research guides, and there is one here. This is where your Anthrozoology guide is located. We're going to go right to here. This video will eventually be on the guide, but obviously it's not there right now since I'm making it. Here's the guide for Anthrozoology. It gives a phone number, how to contact us through email. There is a chat service available. I mean, it is staffed throughout the world, so you usually will not get Canisius librarians, or you could book time with one of the librarians. But here there are different links to the different books we have, how to find them, some of the different databases they're in. So there's a Gale Virtual Reference Library that has many reference books. WorldCat will search internationally for books, and you would most likely have to interlibrary loan the book, but you can still do that, and we will go over that. Internet Archive is another new one. You would need to create a free account, but they scan books from libraries, books that have been donated to them, or books from libraries that have closed, and there are quite a few things in there that may be helpful to you. Then here is again a link to interlibrary loan. If you are putting in an interlibrary loan request, we do ask you make a note in the comments field that you are an Anthrozoology student. So if you need something that's only a print book with at our collection, you need to put it in that we own the book, but you are an online Anthrozoology student, and let our technician know if you only need a particular chapter or a certain number of pages, because that she can scan them for you. But otherwise, we put it on the hold shelf, and obviously you wouldn't be coming in for it. So then there's a tab for here, articles, the different databases, Primo, which we will go over, and that is in another database that searches everything we have, but then there are other databases here. Here's some of the different websites for Anthrozoology. There's some general help for online students, a guide for APA, and then a guide for Zotero, and we have a guide for the streaming video resources. So that's all here. I'm going to click back, and I'm going to go to Primo. Now, like I said, this is our general search, and it searches everything we have access to. So it searches our databases for articles, book chapters. It searches all of our ebooks. It searches our catalog for print items. It also searches our catalog for DVDs and streaming video. And if there's any open source items, and that includes websites, so Library of Congress items are in here, those will all come up in here. So I'm going to do a search for dogs, my general search. So here we go. This is our search for dogs. Now you see up here you can sign in. You can sign in using your same email address and your username and password from your email or D2L. That will help because you can save these searches if you want, and it does make it a little easier, especially if you are writing a large paper, which many of you will be doing, and you need to go back and look for other resources through different points of your education. But here, just a general search for dogs gives almost 5 million results. We will, before we go over the facets on the side, which will be helpful, just go over a little bit of the ones here. So this first one, the first two actually, they are books. You can see here it says it's available at the library in our curriculum center. Our curriculum center is in our educational center for K through 12 items. So this is a children's book. does give a call number. If you need something like these, I would actually suggest for children's books looking at your local library. You will find a lot of the same ones there. And the next one is too, we just switched over to the system, so you may see some that say problem. It means something needs to be fixed. Then here we have A Dog's Journey. This is a video. It's a DVD available in the library. And then we come down here to 5. This is a book. It says available online, so it's an ebook. If you click on the title, it will open up the record view of it, give you a little bit more information here, give you some different information, the citation for the book, which I always say double check, because the citation is only as good as the information that's been put in here, and sometimes capitalizations could appear where it's not supposed to for your APAs, so I would always say double check. This permalink, but this permalink is not for the book, it is for the record. You could also email the record to yourself too. Here we go. This down here, this tells us where we have it available. eBook Central, and we have another link to it in our catalog. When it says view full text, we have the same record that was in our catalog. It's just how it came over from the old system to the new system. And then we have the different subjects, who created it, description, which is always good, because if you're unsure whether you want to even look at it, you can click there and read that. Anything that's blue is hyperlinked, so you can click on it and it'll take you to other things about dogs, or dogs in a literary collection here. Those are the 2 subjects that I just showed. How you get into it. Now, you just click on the title, and one of 3 things will happen, depending upon who the provider is. So some will take you right in, and like JSTOR. Others will take you in, but may require you to log in again with your email address and password. And then there's another type which will take you in. First, ask what school you go to. Please choose Canisius in the drop down. And then you have to put in your username and password again. It depends, and we do not have any control over it. So, and if you see this, you have been timed out due to inactivity, just click the refresh button. I'm in and out of the ebooks all the time, so I always get that. And you see here it says this institution has access to multiple copies of this book. You could read it online or download it. When it says we have either unlimited or multiple access, that basically means you don't have to log out. You could let the system just time you out when you're done. If it says we only have access to 1, I always suggest clicking log off then. That means only 1 person can use that book at a time. But here you can either read online, download a chapter. You have a certain number of pages you can copy, and if you need more, let's say you needed 67 pages and this one only allows for 63, you can copy the 63 today and go back in tomorrow and copy the rest. It's a 24-hour, and they do from midnight to midnight. So at 12:01, you can actually from 12:01 until midnight. So at 12:01, you can go in then and get the next set. That's how they work it. So close that, go back here, and then going down, we have articles. Just looking at this one's tells you it's online, where it's from. You click on here. This I know from the journal title, Prairie Schooner, is actually literary, so this is most likely either a poem or a short story. But then the next one tells you it's peer-reviewed. It's also an open access, but it's available online. Again, clicking on the title will give you more information. It tells you what databases they're from. Sometimes you click on one and it tells you it can't find it. Try one of the other ones. Again, the linking program has to go by what information is available, and all it takes is 1 word misspelled, somebody misspelling while typing te instead of the, and it breaks the chain. So sometimes you do need to try another one. You can see quite a few different places. Here you go. You have the creators. You have where it's from, which is PLOS1, the different subjects, and a nice description. And then over to the side here, related readings. So these are other articles with the same subjects. We may or may not have access to them, but when you click on it, if we don't, it asks you if you want to interlibrary loan it, and you can do that. But these are just things that are suggested to you. So just quickly going over the different facets on the other side. Expand my results. This will search beyond what we have access to, so it then brings up anything we also do not have full text access to. But again, you can request those through interlibrary loan. You can sort by title, relevance, date. There's a resource type, so newspaper articles, books, and you can see there's two different. So if you did not want like reviews, you click on the red X and it removes them. But if you wanted something, just something, if you click on the other side, and you can click multiple ones, we want articles and patents, you can apply filters and it will bring those up instead. I'm going to actually reset my filters here. Take those off. Then there's subject, which I don't always find helpful, but sometimes some people may. Creation date, so if you needed something that's within the last few years, you can change that here. Collection, this is what database it comes from. Again, not usually very helpful. Language, if you need something in another language or you are getting a lot of things in a different language, you can add it or remove it. Journal title, if you wanted something from a particular journal title. And then we have peer reviewed or available online. Again, add or not add. And those all play into here. I am going to see here, this one here is no online access, the dog natural history, or no access whatsoever, so we don't even have it in print. When I click on it, you see the description. You can request it through interlibrary loan. I'm going to actually take off expand my results because the last thing I wanted to show you is if you are actually in the Buffalo area and you wanted to stop in and you wanted to request a book, if you click on the title. So if you wanted the physical book, you can do that. There is, when you click get it, it asks you to sign in. You can then put a hold on the title and we will hold it for you usually by the next business day. So if you have any questions, please give us either a call at 716-888-8411 or email us at library@canisius.edu and we can always get back and help you. So have a good day.